Catherine Grisey, the artist behind CG Sculpture and Jewelry. Today I'm going to share some of the techniques I use in making my art. The first metalsmithing technique I really got hooked on was holloware. It's the very slow process of hammering sheet metal into vessel-like forms with a lot of texture and pattern. By combining hammered metal with other techniques like electroformed or cast wax carvings, chasing and repoussé, or enamelware, I'm able to capture a wide variety of feelings and emotions within my work, like this piece called Bound. I mentioned electroforming. For this, I carve wax, and here the black pieces you see on top of the copper and to the left are the wax forms I've carved. For the process, I coat the wax with electrically conductive paint, then immerse it in a chemical solution with electric currents that draw copper from bars onto the wax piece, turning it into shiny copper. In this piece, called Dignifier, I sandblasted the electroformed parts to make them matte and combine them with the hammered sheet metal. I change up the scale in which I work to give my body a break. Here I'm making small bowls that make excellent functional art for the home. I use a lot of the same hammered techniques I use in my larger work, but just on a smaller scale. I coat these bowls with powdered glass, which is fused to the copper, in a 1500 degree kiln. This process is called enamelware or vitreous enamel. I build up each bowl with 6 coats of glass to ensure depth of color and very high quality. Sometimes I leave them a solid color, but other times I paint and draw on the bowls using special paint and pencils and fuse it between the layers of glass. In this way, I can tell more of a story in each piece, like this bowl from my landscape collection. It's very important to me that my work is timeless and made with exceptional quality. I want your kids and grandkids to be able to enjoy these pieces, for them to be passed down generations along with the stories your family has created to go with them. So far, I've shown you how I make sculptures and bowls, but now let's talk jewelry. This final piece wraps up many of the techniques I use on both a small and large scale. Here I've cut sterling silver and I'm filing the edges of its obloid shape, hammering the small piece in similar ways as that first sculpture I showed. This is raising and planishing on a miniature scale, the same techniques I use on large work to shape and smooth the metal. Hammering out leaf shapes uses a technique called anticlastic raising, a way to get complex linear shapes I can combine with those that are smooth and round. I carve wax on a tiny scale as well as the larger scale I mentioned earlier. This small bezel part will be cast in 14 karat yellow gold at a friend's casting shop. Once I have the part in metal, I continue to carve and shape it using my flex shaft with a variety of burrs and shaping tools. After I've made all the individual parts, it's time to start combining them by soldering and welding them together, including a tube for chain and smaller parts to bigger parts. The final stage on this piece is setting the rock. Here I've got a rose-cut stone from the 18th century, a wonderful antique diamond. I love using recycled diamonds and recycled metals also above newly mined to minimize my impact on the environment. And there you have it, a silver and gold necklace using many of the techniques I work with on both small and large scales. Since I make everything by hand, besides ensuring high quality lasting objects, I can also customize some aspects to best suit your world. For example, I made this necklace with an adjustable 18 to 20 inch chain, but I'd be happy to shorten or lengthen it according to your needs. It's a pleasure to get to use my skills as a platform to bring unique art to your life. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do making it.